Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Promise here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm replays. This is a game taken from the Clarity Gaming Pro Heart of the Swarm King of the Hill, which is what I host every single Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. If you guys are into Twitch streaming or any kind of live streaming in general, make sure you guys check it out. Twitch.tv/TheHandsomeNerd. And that's basically just a King of the Hill series. We have a bunch of pros that jump in to play some games for some cash prizes, and just a lot of fun, just to kind of experiment a little bit more with the strategies and build orders that are currently coming in Heart of the Swarm. But without further ado, let's introduce who we have playing. We have in the bottom right side, spawning in as our Teal Protoss for the team Root Gaming. It is going to be ROOTpucK, who is now known as, of course, Leia. Her opponent in the bottom left side, a barcode. Quantic tag. Okay, that gives us a little bit of a hint at who can this possibly be. It's either going to be Quantic Center or Quantic Apocalypse, but in fact, this is Apoc, formerly of its Gosu, formerly of the team that I was on as well back then with the old Quantic Gaming. But of course, its Gosu did a good little merger with a few other teams. Now they are back into Quantic. So he's going to be our red Terran in the bottom left. Of course, the map is going to be Newkirk City, one of the latter maps here in Heart of the Swarm beta. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the same map to remain once the actual game's released, but should be a lot of fun. Puck, Leia, she has quite a book of build orders. She can be very, very cheesy. She can be very macro-oriented. I know. I think I'm pretty safe saying this. PVT is definitely a matchup that's been giving her, as well as many other Protoss players on the ladder, quite a bit of trouble, just because Terran players have a lot of options with Widow Mines early game. Get a Widow Mine with a medevac drop in your main opponent's expansions or around any kind of mineral line. They are going to do some damage, and of course Widow Mines burrow, so you need to have some sort of detection, be it an Oracle or be it a quick observer. So far, let's talk a little bit about the build orders. It looks like Apoc, Apocalypse going for a command center first. Very, very standard to see that 2 racks follow up with any kind of early expansion here from Terran. Has he grabbed any sorts of gas? Nothing just yet. So everything looking to be pretty clean here from Apoc. Now if he wants to grab some gases, he's definitely going to want to take it soon if he's going to be teching towards factory play or any kind of Widow Mines or any kind of Hellbat drops. Those are kind of the 2 options that Terran players have really been abusing in the beta here of Heart of the Swarm. But Puck right now is going into a Stalker. Did go for a Gateway into Cybernetics Core. Again, a very, very standard build. Usually you would see a Protoss player Chrono Boost out that Stalker just to get themselves a little bit more map control. So everything she's doing so far is just... This is bread and butter PVT, ladies and gentlemen. What we're really going to have to look out for is it going to be a quick expansion, something like a 1-gate expand, or is it going to be maybe a 1-base play? Those are going to be kind of the questions we're going to ask. And in the production tab, Puck, wow, she's actually just going to proxy the Stargate, and I'm predicting Void Rays here, ladies and gentlemen. Oracles, of course, very, very powerful for Protoss. But Void Rays have that new prismatic alignment ability that actually does a ridiculous amount of damage. So it's going to be very crucial for Apoc to scout out this very quick Stargate. Right now, he's just making Marines. He did throw down or pop down a few more barracks. He's going to be up to 4 barracks here very, very shortly. Nothing in terms of gas yet for Apoc. So this kind of build might actually work against what Leia's doing. He's going to have a lot of Marines. Of course, his tech's going to be delayed. He's not going to have any sort of stim or combat shields, I'm assuming, by the time this hits. But there's a Void Ray in the production right now for Leia. Also getting a Mothership Core. Warp Gate technology is basically 80% completed. This is all going to come down to timing, guys. Leia is all in with this. No sort of an expansion, no additional probes in the harvesters or in the production tab. Excuse me, right now she's up to 25 to 25. So both players are even when it comes to harvesters. Void Ray is out. Warp Gate's about to finish. 2 additional gateways being popped down here back in the main base of Leia. Actually make it 3 gateways. So she's going to be on 4 gateways Stargate. That is a lot of production here early stages of the game, but it looks like Apoc going to start to be a little bit aggressive, going to start to move this watchtower. There's going to be 2 Stalkers here. Leia does not want to lose these Stalkers early on, and Apoc still has not scouted the Stargate, but is going to be able to force Leia to go ahead and control these Stalkers. Good micro by both players. Apoc is going to lose 1 Marine. Not a huge deal, but the problem is this Stargate. 2 Void Rays are now out. We're going to see some Stalkers being warped in here for Leia. Apoc actually sending a group of Marines towards the Watchtower. He is so close to scouting the Stargate, but he's going to go the other way. Oh, wow. That would have been such a clutch scout if Apoc managed to sneak the Marines towards this left side of the map. But 47 supply to 57 supply. Units count for Leia. She has 5 Stalkers, 6 Stalkers now, 2 Void Rays. Mothership Core, she's going to march her way towards a natural expansion. Apoc completely on the other side of the map with his Marines. 21 Marines, a few are back home, but if he had these Marines, they would actually help a little bit in this battle, but it looks like the command center is going to go ahead and get lifted here for Apoc. Mothership Core just going to fly around. Of course, Mothership Cores cannot attack air. That would be the most imbalanced unit ever. I mean, Time Warp, Recall. Actually, speaking of recall, Leia's just going to recall straight back into the main base, knowing there's a little bit of counter-aggression coming with the Marines. That's actually not enough Marines for Apoc to do anything. I mean, these Void Rays would have been enough. Everything gets killed. Now we're going to see Apoc fall down to 57 supply. Leia's going to get a little bit supply blocked. 54 out of 50. See a little bit of LOL coming out. Apoc knows this build is ridiculously hard to stop. I mean, do you make an engineering bay to make turrets at your natural? Do you make siege tanks, which, you know, a few players have kind of experimented a little bit with? Siege tanks absolutely clean everything on the ground when it comes to gateway units, zealots, and stalkers, of course. But this is just a very, very powerful build. And now we're going to see Puck possibly go for the game-winning move right now, moving towards the natural once again. If you look at the units count, 2 Void Rays, 1 Mothership Core, 11 Stalkers. He's going to send the Stalkers first. There is no stim. No stim on its way. Actually going for Combat Shield first, getting +1 weapons. He is not going to have stim by the time this attack comes. It looks like both players are going to start to do some damage. That Mothership Core a little bit lacking. Come on, Mama Core. You need to be at the battle. You can't just be hanging out by yourself there. And finally, it's going to go ahead and join the remaining forces of Leia. SCV is getting pulled off the mineral line. If Apoc can defend this, he is going to win the game. But the problem now is it's 3 Void Rays instead of 2. That Time Warp ability is going to slow down these Marines, but Leia going to lose 1 Void Ray, actually losing 2 Void Rays, down to 2. We're going to see another one come back here, but, I mean, these Marines are going to go ahead and control against these Stalkers. Leia going to accidentally focus down whatever Stalkers, but these Marines are falling down very, very quickly. 61 supply to 49. Leia so close to taking this win. More SCVs getting pulled off the mineral line. Of course, that Time Warp ability going to force these SCVs to just basically be extremely slow. Leia now forcing Apoc to fall down to 34 supply. The bunker is going to finish so strong. GG. Apoc, knowing this build is so damn hard to defend, and Leia abusing it early here in the beta. So very well played by Leia. Knowing there's Marines on its way, smart decision to go ahead and just go for the recall, defend back home. What was it? Maybe 8 Marines, nothing ridiculous, and then just go for the counterattack with a bunch of Void Rays and some Stalkers. So, very well executed build by Root Gaming's Leia. That's going to do it for this cast. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you check out the other videos. Good luck, have fun, and stay safe.